Hey, this is Cheryl Faulkner, and I kind of want to just talk to you right now. So I just did a presentation, and I am trying to role play, right, and show you what just happened and use this as a teaching and a training so we can all learn from each experience. And that's what I love this group. So I can just jump on here and kind of just talk with you, and you may relate to this. This may be something that you have seen or you've experienced, or maybe someone on your team has actually done this also. And guys, I want to just kind of paint a picture of what happens during a presentation connect call. Right? That's my new word, right? We no longer say presentation. We now say presentation connect call. Okay, so I want you kind of just to think in this mindset that, it's a play. We go to a Broadway show, right? There's an anticipation. We have a set time. We know exactly where we're going to sit, and we sit back and we just know we're going to enjoy the show, right? Because we have an expectancy of what's going to happen. And guys, what happens is people come on the stage and they perform. And then somebody else comes on the stage and they perform, right? And so by the end of the show, right, everyone's applauding and it's such a great show. And then the entire cast come back out on the stage and then they get the standing ovation, right? We all know that, right? We can all visualize that. Well, guys, I want you to kind of think about that in a presentation connect call or in a business opportunity meeting. There is a part to play. Each person actually has a position, a character, and a role to play. And what I've seen sometimes in new people getting started is that sometimes, and I'll just, kind of say it because I know I'm guilty. I did this, so I'll use myself as an example. But sometimes I felt like I needed to just talk some more. I knew everybody else's part, but I wanted to do it. And I'm thinking of a story right now. It's like in the 3rd grade, and it was the Christmas program. And I remember my mom, we're leaving the little musical, right? A Christmas program in 3rd grade. And she was like, Cheryl, you didn't even give the other characters time to talk. And I was like, what are you talking about? She goes, you knew the entire play by heart. I lip synced every character's role. Like I knew everybody's part. Isn't that terrible? I'm admitting this right now, but I remember that. And I'm like, well, I just was waiting for my part. I don't know. I memorized the entire play. Right? But anyway, so I want you to know that it just is, it's in me. So I'm sure this video is for me because I'm sure I did this, but maybe it's you. So I want you to kind of think about that. So we have to have an expectation, right? We have to anticipate our meeting. We have to anticipate our presentation connect call. We have to anticipate going to the event, right? Then the next thing is we have to understand what is my role. What is my upline's role? What is my prospect's role? And guys, this is where we trip up. And, at the last event, Louis Dorsenio, he's a Blue Diamond leader here at the company. And he actually came out and he said, have you guys heard of my duck training? And everyone's kind of laughing. And what he did, he had a big giant roll of neon green duck tape. Right? And he pulled out a big piece and he goes, you want to know how to have success in this business? And he put that duct tape on. And it was so funny, but it was such a powerful visual because I could relate to that. Guys, that's how we have to treat this. When it's someone else's time to talk in the presentation connect call or in the business opportunity meeting, that is our time to do duck training. We say nothing. And I know you're excited. I know you want to share. I know you want to put your input in. But at the end of the presentation, that is the opportunity for your upline support to build a relationship with your prospect. That's your opportunity to try to learn duck training, right? And what happens is your friend, your prospect is building a relationship with your upline leader, and the upline leader has the skill set to kind of pull out those questions, right? That will always take them to joining the business as the solution. Guys, that's one of the things that happens. And that's how you get a standing ovation. That's when everybody's doing their part. It's beautiful and it happens. But I've seen so many times where, we can just mess it up. We can talk too much. We can share our feelings, so I hope that this is informative for you and you guys kind of get an idea of what I'm explaining. I have another explanation, I use like a court of law sometimes too, because, this is another scenario that you could maybe see and relate to. But, in a court of law, right, there's the judge, he sits at the bench and he makes all the final decisions. And then what happens? There is on the right side, the defendant, and on the left side, the prosecutor. Guys, I kind of sometimes talk about a presentation connect call like this, right? So when the prosecutor brings up a witness, right, that witness puts their hand on the Bible and swears to tell the truth and then takes a seat. And then they share their information. Then what happens? They cross and the defendant stands up and the defendant comes and asks that witness questions, right? And then they say they're finished. And what happens? The witness steps down and leaves the courtroom. Guys, that's what happens every page of the Connect call, or every page of the Presentation Connect call. So I want you to kind of think about it like that, because when we start talking about a page on the presentation and we go to the next page and then we go to the next page, I want you to visualize each page as a witness standing on that witness stand. And when they're done and that page is over, that witness steps down and leaves the courtroom. And so I think when we can kind of look at it like this, it makes sense, because what I've seen also is we get to the very end and all the pages have been completed. All the witnesses have been on the stand, stepped down and left the building. And now the opportunity is for me, for example, I'm the upline leader at this presentation. My prospect should be in duck training, right? And I'm building a relationship with this brand new person, this brand new prospect. And I'm here to ask the right questions. I'm here in this room to just finish what we started, to complete the expectation that we started with. And I've seen so many people that are brand new get nervous, get really insecure here, and start talking and start sharing their opinion, start telling about their product results, almost just not even making a lot of sense. And guys, we're all guilty, so I'm sure we can all raise our hand and say, yeah, I might have done that. But guys, I want you to think about it like that. When they're in the closing arguments in a court of law, and that judge is supervising everything, and the jury's over there, and each prosecutor, each defendant, they each get 2 minutes to do their closing arguments. When does a witness ever run back in to say something else? Guys, that's what happens in a presentation. So when you start sharing information, or any of us, we start sharing information that isn't in the right part of this production, it can mess it up. So guys, we are professionals. We are not amateurs, right? So this is something that I think is really helpful, because if I can help you with your perception and I can help you see it from a different perspective, I believe that you will really kind of get this, and it will allow you to go faster. It will allow you to understand that you treat it like a business, and it will pay you like a business. You are a professional. You are not an amateur. So we have to do everything we can to stay professional and to represent this company the best we can. So guys, I hope this was helpful. Definitely give me your feedback. I love this group, so I hope this is good for you. But we're all learning this together, and as we go, we're helping more people, and we want to take this company to $1 billion. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. God bless you. Bye-bye.